What's going on out there, YouTube? You got your boy E with Fat Line. We in the building. We got my boy Briar.
Big time olds.
We got my boy Brian.
What up? I can't do no tough. I can't sound as cool as you when I enter. I'm Brian from Kingdom Bowley Kennels.
That's good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we's out here doing a photo shoot and some doing some video work with Brian's boy Bones, Mr. Big Bones, 145-pound XL. So you know we out here, we got this sweat going. It's kind of working, you know what I'm saying? But we wanted to bring you guys, you know, a little topic that we were expounding upon that Brian had posted about. So we wanted to just put some insight to it and have you guys chime in, you know, you guys that's getting into this breeding game, to see exactly where you fall in and how things are working within your program. So I'm gonna get a mic to Brian so he can expound upon his point that he was making.
Well, the point is, anybody that's watching this, that I guess you don't even have to have a kennel to understand this. Maybe you've just got one too many dogs, but so many people I know, not only from myself, but people that reach out to us for puppies, are buying puppies based on emotion. And us breeders will play on that. We're trying to send you videos and pictures that play on your emotion. You see an adorable or a puppy that just looks like it's going to turn out to be something with a wow factor, and you want that puppy and you want it now. It's an emotional purchase. And I know that I've done that lots of times, and that's not actually a smart way to do business. You don't ever want to make emotional purchases. You want to do a logical, something that you can afford, have a plan and stick to it. So my whole point is that breeding dogs is a lot like gambling. I know, because I'm a recovering gambling addict, and as I'm getting deeper and deeper into the breeding business, it plays on a lot of the same emotions that you feel when you're at the casino. You guys agree? You got anything you want to put into it?
Okay, now with Brian saying that breeding is like gambling, now personally I definitely agree with his point on that, because nothing is for sure. The thing that most young breeders get wrong, they believe, oh, I'm finna buy this dog, I'm gonna breed to the top stud, I'm gonna have a litter of puppies, I'm gonna sell all the puppies for $5,000 or better, and I'm gonna have money, and then I'll be able to do this and do that. But they don't look at all of the things that's beyond your control, all of the outlying issues that could have, like the health issues, vet bills. What if you're feeding them? What if your female doesn't take multiple times? What if the male that you got not producing? Like, it's so many different things that go into breeding that you have to understand, that it's so many different pitfalls. If you don't understand, you damn sure taking more of a gamble. Like me, with my reproduction work and breeding, my thing is to try to eliminate anything that I could see as a shortfall for my breedings not taking or things not going my way. And it's still things don't go my way. Like I done surgical inseminations, I done TCIs, everything, tested the progesterone testing, everything, and still sometimes things still just don't go your way. So with that being said, you have to be agile and be able to adapt, because if you don't adapt, you're gonna be done real quick and you're gonna be out. So you have to adapt and learn on the fly how to keep your program going without taking bigger risks than you need to take. Me, I basically do risk assessments on my breedings. Like, how much is this gonna cost me? If it doesn't go wrong, how much of a loss am I gonna take? If it goes right, how much do I stand to profit? Like, cause it's a business at the end of the day, and it is a gamble, you know. But the way that you improve your odds in gambling is by eliminating the outlying things that can make the outcome not what you want it to be. So with that being said, I'm gonna pass it to Brian so he can give his take on it.
So really, I mean, when it comes to the breeding and everything, like how Eric and Brian said, it really is just a huge gamble. You can go and buy 2 of the best dogs from the best kennel and then never get anything of what you were looking for to produce. It's same thing. You could buy a stud and then that stud just not turn out like anything. There's so many things that can go wrong, but there's also so many things that could go right. You have to just keep a positive outlook on everything, basically. I mean, even when your female doesn't take, it sucks and that's awful. There's always next time. Even when, puppies die and things go wrong, there's always next time. It's a struggle to keep it up and keep it going whenever you take losses like that. But at the end of the day, like we said with the gambling, if you're gonna gamble, you're always waiting on that one big payout at the end. So that's like really how it is.
Let me hit him with some truth. Here's the reason I speak on this. I'm just going to be transparent and let everybody know. In my first year, I spent over $100,000 on dogs. And I'm not going to go through what I paid for each one, but only 4 of them dogs ended up actually making the cut. I also took out almost $40,000 in loans to build the kennel and everything. So, I'm almost 5 years into this and I'm still in the red, obviously, because I did everything that I'm trying to help prevent others from doing. The calculations I had in my head were all wrong. A lot of things didn't go right. As I progressed, I started to learn more. When I started, I didn't even know how to pick a puppy, and everybody saw me coming. I made a lot of mistakes, and I hope that through transparency in the videos, somebody might just be getting into it or be thinking about getting into it, and me sharing my idiocracy will help them, because I've made about every freaking mistake that you can make. That just seems to be how I learn. Hard lessons, very expensive lessons, but I'm by far an expert, but I do have a lot to share about the things that I messed and screwed up on. So it's just the truth be told. I went crazy. I was super emotional, super excited, super pumped. So anybody watching this, do your research. Watch these videos. Learn from people that's done it. They're hard to find, but find you a mentor. A lot of people, it's hard to find good, ethical breeders that will mentor and coach you. Eric's one ever since I met him. He's been teaching me about a lot of different things. I also spend a lot of money with Eric. You've got to consider the overhead. Eric's talking about he has a reproductive business. That is cutting out your overhead, because it gets expensive when you're paying other people to do it. If you're buying raw meat, find somebody that'll sell it to you on wholesale. It took me almost 2 years to find that. Kibble, find somebody you can get pallets and stuff, because these dogs get expensive in a lot of different ways.
Real fast.
Now that was some real powerful work. Oh dang, that was some real powerful work and powerful statements on this. My thing with, as far as breeding goes, like I said, I've been around a while. I've made a lot of mistakes that got me to the point where I know what mistakes not to make now. And the first thing I would say to a new breeder, if you're getting into this dog game, the first thing you should do identify the style of dog that you like, whether it's a bully, whether it's a French bulldog, a Pekingese, Chihuahua, whatever. Identify with the dog that you like, understand that dog's personality and the needs of a dog. Because if you're talking about breeding dogs, dogs are way different than cats. Dogs have to have daily interactions. These are things that people do not think about when they thinking about breeding. So identify the breed that you want. Then identify a breeder of those dogs that has a good reputation, has good productions, and can show you a line of work, not just one dog. Like they say, a broke clock is right twice a day. So find a breeder that has consistency within their program, from breeding to breeding to breeding to breeding, that they're steadily producing quality animals. So don't go with all the glitz and the glam, the loudest guy that's on YouTube or Facebook or IG. We not the loudest though, because we know what we got, So don't fall for that. Do your research on a breeder, because you're getting into an intimate relationship with that breeder. Like I tell my clients, my dogs come with 24/7 lifetime support. So if you buy a dog from me, that means that you can call me up at any time and I'm going to have some advice for you, whether it's something went wrong and you need some quick advice to tell you what to do or how to promote your dog or anything of that nature. I'm going to be an asset to you, because you're buying into my program. You're not just buying a dog from me. I look at you believe in my program, you believe in what I'm doing and the dogs that I produce. So I'm always gonna put my best foot forward, and I'm always, if there's any issues, I'm gonna work and correct those issues, even if it's to me replacing the pup or whatever. So find breeders that are stand up and men that will stand behind their word and have respect for their own program, because if there's any issues, a lot of these newer breeders, a lot of these scum breeders will just leave you in the wind and just took $10,000 of yours and like, hey, I already got your money and oh well, so you don't want that. So investigate, research the breeders, and once you've done that, all of that research, as you were saving, you'll be able to come to the table and have the finances to buy a quality dog. But you not only have to think about the dog, you have to think about how the housing of the dogs, the feeding of the dogs. Like you said, you're building a program. A program just doesn't consist of dogs. That is, I would say, 30% of what breeding program and a kennel is, because you have to market, promote,
Marketing's
shows,
the easiest part.
Cleaning for the dogs, making sure that your facilities is easy for you to clean up after your dogs and take care of your dogs, because it's gonna make your life easier. Like yesterday, I had to power wash my garage, clean it all out, vacuum, get it, it's got dusty. The dogs, that's why I kennel my dogs at. I keep a small program. So it took me from 9 o'clock in the morning to 10:30 at night to pull all of my kennels out, the stuff, power wash, wipe everything down, clean it from top to bottom, and put everything back. And that's
good.
That's sweat equity. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be willing to invest that sweat equity into your program as well. So for younger breeders, I would just say, look at the big ball of wax, look at all of the outlying things as you're getting into this, because those things will make your life as a breeder much easier.
Definitely don't just go out and buy 10 dogs. Do not.
Yeah.
Do not.
I think maybe on the next video we'll dive into the marketing side, because any business, it doesn't matter how good your product is, if you don't have a marketing plan,
You're done.
You're gonna go bankrupt.
Yep, that's what people don't get, is it's so much more than just scooping dog shit and feeding a dog. It's so much of, we got 3 cameras out here looking at me right now. If Eric wasn't here, we would not even be able to record this. It's like, it's craziness how much extra work goes into being a dog breeder. And kind of going back on what Eric said, you really, really have to look into the people that you're going and investing in. Because, so like for me, like I said, I went and I bought probably 6 to 10 dogs, all for $2,500 each. And, I'm in the oldies, so it's a little bit less of a, 10 grand here, there type thing. So, I went and spent all this money thinking I was going to make it all, and no, not at all. Like Brian said, I have 2 dogs from that original buying. So now I'm just now coming out of all my mistake years and all that bullshit. So finally,
reset button.
Yeah, the reset button. Yep. And that's what a lot of people don't get too, is if you really, really want to get your look and what you want to do, you're not going to be able to keep a bunch of pets. Like you're not going to be able to keep a bunch of pet dogs around. You're not going to be able to keep things that are, it might look good.
Getting emotionally attached to subpar dogs. You have to be brutally honest with yourself
100.
And with the dog. Like you might love the dog, and because dogs are man's best friends, but if you're really trying to run a program, you have to be able to critique your dogs outside of your feelings about that dog, your love for your dog. Because I love all of my dogs, but I can critique and brutally critique my dogs because I'm a breeder, and if a dog is at my house, guaranteed it passed the smell test with me. So, but outside of that, you have to be able to critique your own stock and be brutally honest. And if you want a pet, if you love the dog as a pet, hey, that's cool. Keep him as a pet, but don't have him in your breeding program just because you love him as a pet and he's not an asset to your program.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's a mistake that a lot of young breeders make. They fall in love with a dog and they think that dog is the best thing since sliced bread, and they don't know how to break a dog down and don't know that this dog has a high rear, a wide jaw, he easty westy. He's the best dog ever. Look at him, stack him up, put him on the table.
All of these are great topics, and we'll touch on them in a next video. I think we've probably overstayed our welcome because most of you guys don't have an attention span, but it will play on your emotions. It's best to be logical. It's breeding is a lot like gambling, and if you have an obsessive, addictive personality, next thing you know, you're going bankrupt because you made a bunch of bad decisions.
Exactly. So with that being said, guys, we gonna check out, but make sure y'all take this to heart. You know, don't make impulsive decisions when it comes with these dogs. Think out and plan out from step to step. Like I say, from the feeding, the housing, the purchasing of the dogs, you know, just increase your knowledge every step of the way. And this is how you build the culture. This is what breed culture is about, you know, bringing brothers together so we can all, you know, sit down, iron sharpens iron, and we help each other, and we working to push the breed for all of the breeds. You know, we got an XL breeder here, we got an oldie breeder here, we got a pocket extreme bully breeder here, you know, but we trying to just push the culture of breeding into a better light so people can understand and better take care of their dogs and their programs. And you know, just with our experience and sharing it with you guys. So thanks for come checking us out. Make sure y'all check out Kingdom Bullies. He's gonna be posting this video on his page. We're gonna be posting it on the breed culture, you know. So man, check in with us, tap in with us, you know, this breed culture, this Eric,
Brian,
and we checking out, y'all.